Hello, and welcome back to the Beyond the Coach podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Kelsey Nanini,
And I'm Chris Sweet.
and does it sound like I'm in a wind tunnel, or is it better?
It's better. There's like
Okay.
a light wind tunnel in the
It's
back.
just really breezy here and then in any house. But
That air conditioning's on full blast.
which is so funny because it's not that cold today. It's actually been, or warm today. It's
It's
actually
been
pretty
it's been
chilly.
chilly the last few days. And it's funny saying that because
Chilly.
chilly in Massachusetts was always like 30, 40 degrees and chilly here is 70. So it's quite comical to
It's
me.
really crazy how cold 70 feels here.
Yeah.
So, but that's
Yes.
fun.
Yes.
Well, today, we Mother's Day is in like 5 days, and we may or may not be doing something special for moms of all types, cat, dog, human, whatever mom you are.
I was like, what other animals is Kelsey gonna
Muscle
do this?
mommy. I was gonna say lizard, and I don't know why that was gonna come out of my mouth. You little Lizzie mommy. Um,
Kelsey's coming in hot today, unhinged.
wow. Um, but you could be a muscle mommy, whatever it is. We have something exciting coming that's launching tomorrow as this is being posted.
That's crazy.
Um, so we're excited. But we figured, why not just chit chat, do a little mom chat? Chris was like, so really, you just want to like talk about yourself? And I was like, I just want to rant. This is my
To
chance
be
to just
fair, I love when people talk about themselves. It really takes the pressure off of me. So I'm like, take it away, Kelsey. Like, front stage. I'm just the backup singer today. I'm gonna sip my coffee and enjoy the ride.
I'm like, speaking of moms, I'm like, I hear my child.
I can, in fact, hear that.
Oh, buddy.
Oh.
He's been very fussy since we got back from Vegas. And I get it because I've been fussy too.
Mm-hmm. You know, we all get a little fussy out of routine. I was thinking about how fussy I'm going to be being out of routine all summer. So it's
It's
fine.
true. It's very true.
It's gonna be a
Everything is fine. We're good. Yeah, the whole year is just out of routine. So I think I'm getting to the point where I'm like, kind of like what you said on the voice memo yesterday. If we're always out of routine, isn't that just routine?
Yep, sure is.
So anyways, well, let's kick it off. So
Take it away.
I feel like this topic kind of came to me because I feel like um I don't necessarily see it firsthand, but I feel like when I was, well, I guess kind of, during pregnancy and then like during like childhood, it's always like oh, just wait people, like, oh, just wait till this, oh, just wait till this. And like it's actually like my least favorite thing ever, because it's never a positive thing. It's not like,
No.
it's exciting when they start crawling or walking, but it's like, oh, just wait until they start moving.
Just wait till your kid hits developmental stages.
Yeah, literally, like just wait till they start. Like, yeah, what? And it's just like it's such a silly thing to me. That's not really what I want to talk about, but I feel like everyone always like talks about the negative things and makes it seem like it's impossible to do all the things. And in reality, yes, it's hard. No one said, literally nobody in the entirety of the entire universe ever said that parenting is easy. Ever. I don't think there's been one person to say it. And if they have, they're insane and they have no other tasks to do in their
Or they're
life,
really rich.
or they're rich. They only do the fun things.
Somebody else parents their child for them
Yeah, literally.
full time.
Um, it's so true. It's so sad. Um, I just, I think it's so funny, but I like think about because I have never even like, this used to bug me prior to being a mom of how people use their kids as an excuse for something.
Hmm.
Now, let me be clear. I will use my child as an excuse all day if someone asks me to do something and I don't feel like doing it. Like if they're like, hey, do you want to do this thing? It's not
So
even
that's
actually
why
an
you don't want to hang out
excuse.
with me,
Yeah, I'm like, hey, Chris, Deacon.
Deacon.
But really, it's not even an excuse at that point. It's like, okay, literally, like on Monday when we were gonna go to coffee with Puppy. I was like,
Puppy. Why did it, puppy?
Puppy, with Puppy.
Puppy is my mom, by the way. Puppy.
Puppy,
Our
like
Papi Chulo.
Puppy Chulo. That literally was not an excuse. That was actually like legitimately he was not having it. So sometimes there is an excuse and sometimes it's actually just genuine and I'm like, I actually for the sake
I
of my mental
I
health.
feel like you need to text me and be like, when you're using deacon as an excuse, in parentheses, put like if it's fact or not. You could be like, sorry, I can't go because of deacon, parentheses, it is
I
in
don't
fact
want
because
it.
of deacon,
Yeah.
or parentheses, I really just don't want to go. I'm going to be like, Kelsey, pick one, multiple choice, one
I
or
will
two.
say
You
there's
let me
been
know.
times where you've like asked me to go to dinner, like even when I was pregnant, where I was like, yo, maybe honest, like I don't feel like doing that.
Well,
I
that was all
just,
the group dinners, every group
yeah,
dinner.
honestly, yes. I am
It's
not good in
fine.
crowds.
As you just came back from Vegas.
And I did not have, I had fun. I had fun, but it's just overstimulating.
Understood.
But anyways, I still love you.
Back to the, you're like, anyways, we're good.
Anyways, okay. You always know it's nothing personal. It's just me. It's me, not you. Um,
I don't know if that's better or worse.
I just actually suck. I actually just am a sucky person.
We're turning this into a shit on Kelsey
It's, it's
podcast.
actually, I didn't know we were having a podcast just roasting me. It's the roast of
That's what
Kelsey.
you wanted. That's what you wanted. Where's
Yeah.
Nikki Glazer when we need
Yeah.
her?
Oh my gosh, she was so good. Did you see there's going to be one for about Kevin Hart and Shane Gillis is hosting it?
And it's gonna be so good.
I just saw it. I've not opened Netflix in at least a month, and I
Yeah.
saw that in maybe a couple weeks. But that got me excited. So, anyways, my big beef. This is where we'll really get into it. So hopefully you've stuck around for 6 minutes and some odd seconds, almost 7 minutes, because I'm getting into the good stuff. I just had to get something off my chest. I think it's really fucked up when people use their kids as an excuse for not taking care of themselves. You can use them as an excuse for not doing something social, but to neglect yourself, not okay. Like I always like imagine if obviously Deacon can't comprehend anything I say right now, ever. Like he doesn't know English yet, doesn't know how to speak. I can't imagine me saying something and using him as an excuse, like, oh, I can't work out today. My kid needs me. I can't meal prep because he's crying, whatever. And then like 5 years later, him be like, wait, you like don't take care of yourself because of me. Like that's like when you really put it in perspective and like if you think about how that would be reciprocated on their end, that's crazy. I posted a reel yesterday that was like, everyone says like, oh, well, and I know this is like a pretty common thing that people say, but like, oh, you'll die for your kids, but would you actually just like take care of them or take care of yourself for them? Because it's like you're gonna put yourself in the front of a bus so that your kid doesn't get hit, but you won't like just take care of yourself on a day-to-day basis. It's just such a crazy thing to me. And it's sad too, because I think that some people just genuinely don't have the guidance, they don't have the self-accountability, and that's learned. It's not something that just comes automatically to anybody, ultimately. I think about it from like a business standpoint. There's a lot of things like I think about postpartum where I truly do not know if I would still be trying to get business if I was on my own. Like I would probably just be coaching my clients and just dealing with whatever I had, whatever amount of clients I had postpartum, I probably wouldn't be growing my business because like who's pushing me to do it? But I have a team and I have you. And that has kept me in it of like, okay, well, maybe it's not perfect every day. And maybe I've slacked a little bit, but now I have that outer person who's like pushing me to do it. And then there's other days where I remind myself like of the life I want Deacon to have. And like that means now I have to put in work for myself, but also for my business to give him that life. And it just kind of makes me sad that not everybody sees it that way.
Mhm.
You know? So that was my like that's my starting point. But I really do. Like I think again, same thing like something I've always given thought to is like I get anxiety around death a lot. It's like my one fear in the world is death. Nothing else. I'm like, I mean, I probably won't go on a hot air balloon. I know you want to, but I'm not afraid of heights. I just am afraid of dying via heights. So
You're afraid of putting yourself in situations where you could die.
correct. It's why I'll never go on a motorized scooter again.
Yep.
There's just certain things I am trying to avoid death as much as possible. anyways, that's not the point. I was saying like, uh, people are always like, oh, like, I want to like give my kid a good life and yada, yada, yada. It's like, why wouldn't you do everything possible to avoid death then? Sounds so
So,
that that sounds so morbid. Like that sounds morbid, but it's
yeah.
true because if you're not eating healthy, if you're not exercising, if you're not getting sun exposure, going on walks, staying active even outside of lifting weights, if you're not prioritizing your stress is literally the silent killer of all killers. And if you're not doing those things, you actually are decreasing your lifespan. I don't care if you eat vegetables every day and you do some sort of activity. If you are an overly stressed person that allows it to consume your life, those things don't matter because you are now literally like chronically stressed. And there's so many things to that, factors to that, cardiovascular things and such. So I don't quite know where I'm going with this, but I think I just needed to get all that off my chest.
Understood. Understandable. Well, and I can not relate from the sense of obviously having a kid myself, but a lot of the discussion between like Kenneth and I lately is like, how can I be my like healthiest and best self for preparing for pregnancy, for going through pregnancy? I actually am talking to a therapist and I'm interviewing a therapist. I'm like, I always call it speed dating with therapy. I'm like, I'm speed dating. I'm just finding the right one. But what I thought was interesting actually about the one that I'm speaking to is she specializes in like moms and just women who are like preparing for pregnancy and also women who have like medical, for me, like medical fears related to pregnancy. It's a very interesting kind of like niche that she's in,
That's
and
cool.
but super helpful for someone like me who has a lot of the anxiety around I am afraid of pregnancy because of the medical side of it. I'm not
Yeah.
afraid of having a baby. Like
Yep.
that's the biggest thing. Um and I think with that, a lot of the times you think about taking care of yourself, and sometimes people just sway one way or the other. They think, "Oh, I am taking care of myself by, like you said, working out, eating my vegetables, having this, having that." But I think a really big piece of like my upbringing was not seeing people take care of their mental health, like not seeing people take care, like masking it with something else. And I think a lot of the times moms use their busyness as a reason as to why they can't do something. Um, but I would argue that there are, in fact, pockets of time where you can do something about it. And I think if you're not changing it, you're choosing it. If you're not changing and choosing to maybe go to therapy and work on your mental health, like for me, taking care and preparing my body for pregnancy isn't just physical, it's also mental. It's getting my stress in check, it's getting my nervous system regulated, it's talking to the right people, it's creating a safe environment, a safe space for my mind, not just for my body. And I think that element of it also gets lost and diluted in the process. And at the end of the day, especially our generation, we can all reflect and look back and think of our childhood and think about, things that we picked up on as kids and how we watched our parents take care of themselves. And we don't realize that now we get to be the generation who changes that and changes the script of how children watch their parents take care of themselves, or how they have healthy relationships, or how they take care of their mental health, and how mental health is talked about or physical health is talked about. And so I get in a little tiff with the idea of someone saying, well, I'm just too busy. And I see this with a lot of my clients, but I can use my client Linda, for example. She won't mind me name dropping her. She has 4 children. She
She's
is
busy.
busy. She is busy. She also runs a full-time business. And it's always such a sensitive thing where you're like, I don't want to compare. I don't want to make anyone feel
No.
like, oh, because they can do it, I can do it. Like we all have different capacities, even mentally, of what we can or cannot handle. And something Linda and I have talked about before is, her even trying to create content, because Linda does the thing. She checks the boxes. Her partner is gone right now, like for work most of the time. She's basically solo parenting during the week on top of running her business. And she's been honest with me of how difficult that is, but she's in a deficit. She's crushing it. She is checking boxes. She has not missed a workout. She does her cardio. She's found a lot of safety, you should say, I guess, in this, of going to group classes once a week. She goes to a cycle class, and she's
Awesome.
like, it's my ability to turn off my brain and like not be contactable in any way, shape, or form because she works out at home. Her gym's at her home. So we have found things that are important for her, but she really struggles to translate that to even helping other people understand how she does it. And a lot of times when her and I talk, she's like, I just do it because it's a value of mine, because it's important for me. And it's cute. She'll sometimes post stories and like her kids will just be sitting in like their home gym with her, watching her. And I think that's such a great impact. And her kids are at the age where they're very impressionable. They're not just babies anymore. Like
Yeah.
she has, I think I don't want to butcher her kids' ages, but her daughter's older. And then she has her sons that are a little bit on the younger age, but still children, like still very much impressionable in that sense. And I just admire her so much. And her and I have talked about that before, where sometimes it's not a straightforward solution. It's changing the defaults that we fall back on. And that takes time, but it takes choosing that we want to change the defaults. One mom's busy could be her laying horizontal on a couch after the kid goes to bed and scrolling on TikTok, and that's her decompression time. Sure, maybe that benefits you to some degree, but if you really want to change, maybe after the kid goes to bed, you spend 30 minutes to 60 minutes in the kitchen prepping your lunches for the next day, because you know that's going to make it easier on yourself tomorrow. And now you start to compound different habits, healthier habits. You feel better, you're more energized. And I think at the end of the day, it's just you have to choose what you genuinely want for your future, not what just is comfortable in the moment. And that's where moms struggle.
100%. I completely agree. And I think back to even like my childhood, you mentioned like our upbringing and what we saw as kids. And I don't think parents recognize that like your kids are always watching. Like even I noticed like, and given like Deacon's not going to remember anything from this age he's at, but he's 5 months old and he's already watching everything we're doing and taking it
Mm-hmm.
in and thinking through like how things are working. And regardless if he's going to know or not, he's going to feel it. He's going to feel how we react to things. He's going to feel how we are doing things and how we're active. And I just think back to my childhood from as long as I can remember. We had our house basically was it was 2 stories, but like our living room was tall. So like the stairs came down and we could see the living room from upstairs. I don't know if that makes sense. But I remember every time coming downstairs early in the morning to get breakfast or get ready for school or whatever, and my mom was working out in our living room, our carpeted living room. She did Beachbody workouts
Oh
from
boy.
always.
The
And
OG beach
the
body.
like OG, she had like the VCRs, like Billy Blank's Beachbody. And she did Taibo. And I remember coming downstairs and I would want to do, it was always this move. Like I
Mm-hmm.
always, and I remember that. And like I was 6, 8, however old I was. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't say 6, 7 for purposefully there. Um, but like that's a memory I remember. From the time I was 3 years old, I was always in sports, and my parents would always prioritize taking us to sports, being at our games. We'd always have like dinner together as a family. And I think about those things and like that was always the values that they had. And now those are the values like that I carry on. And like I want Deacon to watch me working out. And I think there's few sides to the coin for the person who puts off their workouts, isn't prioritizing their workouts. You have 2 options. You find a gym with a gym daycare and you trust that it's going to be okay. They're going to be okay in the gym daycare. I know that's scary because now it's like, who do you trust with your kids?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of kids in there and whatever that is, that's been a thought of mine. But I'm like, it's hot as shit here in Arizona. Like in the summer, I have to take him to the gym daycare sometimes. That's just what's going to have to happen. And I have to trust that it's going to be okay. Or my husband, the father of my child, can watch the child for an hour and a half, and vice versa. I can watch while he goes and does his thing. But I think there's those 2 options. Or you work out in your garage, you work out at home, you invest in a home gym to where now your kid can work out with you. I know for a fact, I don't care how crazy Deacon will be when he grows up, there will always be space in the gym for him because I want it to be a twofold thing. He's going to get to watch me prioritize my health, and maybe he also gets to join in and work out with me. Like how freaking cool is that? Like that they get to now have those healthy habits, and that's generational. We talk about generational wealth all the time, but not talking about generational health. Like my dad's whole side of the family, my dad's mom passed away when I was in 7th grade. She was an amazing grandma, but she was 400 plus pounds and unhealthy, and she got cancer, and it literally spread to her entire body very quickly because she did not have the health to fight it. And she died like within, I want to say it was within 6 months. It was quick. She didn't get to grow up and watch me play college volleyball, play volleyball at all, really. She didn't get to watch me get married, have kids, anything like that. And like, if you are sitting here watching this, listening to this, whatever you're doing, and you are continuing to use your busyness as an excuse, using your kids as an excuse, then that's a reality potential for you. It's like, and given there's always circumstances where you could be the healthiest person in the world and
Yeah.
something still happens. But I know for you guys that you've, dealt with a lot of deaths in the family too. And it sucks to watch. And like, you have to think about it. It's like, how can I prevent that as much as possible? It's not impossible. Like, we could die in a car accident tomorrow, and that's not preventable.
Yeah.
Your health and how you treat your body is, and that has a lasting impact on your kids and their kids and their kids. Like, I didn't want to be, and I know I appreciate my dad for this because his whole side of the family, it runs in the family, but it doesn't, because it's just how you treat your body. I grew up seeing that, and I was like, that is not my reality. That is not what I want. And so I'm thankful for my parents having that impact. They never used me as an excuse. Me and my brother played sports literally year round, because if I wasn't in sports, my brother was in sports. And if he wasn't in sports, then I was in sports. And most of the time we were both in sports. My parents still prioritized working out every morning. I remember that. And like, going to work all day. They didn't have a job like I did where I could be at home and make my own schedule. My dad was a teacher. He went to school all day. My mom was an accountant. She went to work all day. They worked out first thing in the morning. They got ready for work. They went to work, took us to daycare. They picked us up, took us to sports. And so I think actually you mentioned TikTok. I truly do think that the internet has had a really negative impact on people, because now they're sitting there consuming, where our parents didn't grow up with that. Like, we didn't grow up with our parents doing that. And I just like, don't know, makes me sad to think that there's like just parents scrolling on their phone in front of their kids instead of like being active with them.
Yeah.
Um,
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And definitely that. I mean, as far as taking care of yourself, like Kenneth's side of the family, he doesn't have any more living parents. It's so sad. He like talks about how like he's been alive longer past his dad. Like, most of his life has been lived without his dad than with his dad. Like, we've officially surpassed like the amount of years that he lived with his dad on earth and all of those things. His dad was a very overweight individual and got cancer, and same thing, just couldn't fight it. And, his mom passed away last year, and she wasn't overweight or anything, but again, just like didn't take care of herself and like fuel herself and take care or do exercises, that kind of thing. And then his stepdad passed away, and, his stepdad really struggled with his health too. But all of it was a reflection of how they treated their bodies, or how they, choices that they made in their day to day and in their life. And definitely with Kenneth and I, we look at my mom and we're like, you are all our grandkids, all our kids are going to have, as far as grandparents go, is Poppy. And I'm like, please, for the love of God, take care of yourself. And my mom's great. I mean, she's growing up definitely was not necessarily the embodiment of health and fitness and all the things, but she was my soccer coach. And like, I grew up never not playing a sport in a certain season. I grew up playing soccer. If it wasn't soccer, then it was basketball season. If it wasn't basketball, then I was doing field hockey. I did ice skating at one point. I did all the things. I remember I did karate too. And I was like, that was short lived, but like my mom always put me in something, and it was always the perfect example of staying active. And like my whole life was revolved around being active. And I really appreciate that. And now as she's gotten older, she has like a run friend group where every month they do a 5K. And she's like, I never thought I would get back into health and 5Ks. And, she's lost weight and she is healthier, and she like tries to make more conscious decisions. A big thing her and I were talking about was like, with us obviously loving Arizona and probably staying here for a longer period, she's like, I have to be healthy enough to travel. Like, I want to be able to see my grandkids. And if that means like my motivation is that I can get on a plane and go and see my grandkids whenever I want. And, we joke that she's going to be our nanny. Like, when we travel, we need her to be healthy enough to come, to Europe with us, or if we want to go to Greece and like have family vacations there. And I think it's the bigger picture you don't think about. It's like, yes, in the moment, it's easy to choose the comfort. It's easy to say, oh, I'm exhausted, so I'm going to order the DoorDash and sit on the couch and skip the walk. But it's like, maybe you tell yourself, oh yeah, I'll get back to it on Monday. It's like, how many more times does anybody, not just parents, have to say, I'm going to get back to it on Monday, when suddenly you've looked back and you've like, I've skipped the last 60 Mondays that have existed. And now I've gained this weight and I am not active and my joints start to hurt. And then we start to project it onto other stuff. And gosh, now we have the world of GLP-1s and peptides and everything blowing up there. It's like, there's never been so much convenience at our fingertips for both positive and negative ways. You just get to choose which one you do. And I think at some point you have to choose and look at the bigger picture of like, sure, the DoorDash is easier, but what does the DoorDash times 10 years of a bad habit look like for your future as a parent, as a grandparent, as an athlete, as a partner in a relationship, as a caretaker, whatever you may be, moving past just not just moms, but anybody in that matter. It's like, it is scary, but you don't think it'll happen to you until you're in it. And I think, unfortunately, Kenneth and I have had a lot of perspective over the last year of like taking care of health and taking care of ourselves and what we want for our families and our children and the type of mom I want to be. And taking care of myself like has to be at the forefront, because that is a reflection of who my kid is going to be growing up to and like what values they're going to have. And I want them to create that ripple effect of generational health for their children and my future grandchildren and all of that.
Yeah, and I think it's like you were mentioning, just the exhaustion, the overstimulation, all of that. No one said that doesn't exist, and I think it exists regardless of what you do to solve it. From age 0 to 18 of your children, and probably actually for your whole life, you're going to be overstimulated and you're going to be exhausted. Like, there's some route, whatever. You can either choose that and be unhappy with yourself, snappy with your kids, short with your spouse, whatever it is. Like, you could be those things that have a negative impact because you're consuming and scrolling instead of prioritizing yourself. And you're still going to be short. You're still going to be overstimulated, and you're still going to be somewhat stressed out, exhausted, all the things. Or you could be those things, but feel good and have the energy to actually deal with it.
Yeah.
I even think about just like from an energy standpoint, kind of like shifting gears, like in terms of nutrition. Again, this is very anecdotal, and I don't know that this is true. I prioritized eating more than I needed to, like, not like to the point where I'm gaining weight, but throughout pregnancy, making sure that I was eating enough at maintenance, and some days eating more than I thought I needed to. And now breastfeeding, same thing, eating more than I need to. Mm-hmm. I haven't dealt with very many days of just feeling dead, tired, exhausted, because throughout the day I'm fueling my body. I'm remembering to eat. I honestly don't know how that happens. I don't know how people are like, I forgot to eat. Like, Katie answered the phone the other day, and I don't know who it was, but they were like, God, I really need to eat. I haven't eaten today. And it was 4 p.m.
I could never.
And I was like, how are you not passed out? I would be deceased.
I'd be so angry. That's how you would know.
So angry.
So angry.
There was a time where I got my hair done and I had a snack there, and I was just there longer than I thought I was going to be. I got done and I was starving, and I had eaten a snack there. And I had eaten 2 breakfasts by that point. Mm-hmm. Like, I just don't comprehend that. But I think there's something to be said about that too, with like energy wise. Like, are you fueling your body? And I think people can, again, use kids as an excuse. Like, I don't have time to meal prep. I have to do things. Include them. Have them meal prep with you. If you have kids that are older, make them do something. Get a safe knife for them to cut things up. Safe. Emphasis on the safe.
I'm picturing Burrow with a knife in his mouth, and I'm like, safe. Keyword.
Yeah, that's... just wielding a knife. Teach them how to make rice. Teach them how to microwave your rice. I don't know, whatever you're doing, like, or just have them watch you.
There's even a mom on TikTok. She has, I don't know her name, but she has a Down syndrome son, and she does videos almost every day of them meal prepping together or like baking together. Cool. And he has like a little chef hat and an apron, and he loves it. Like, he's like, and yes, it's chaotic and it's messy. And, all the comments are like, I give you a lot of credit for your patience, because like this would drive me nuts, because he is like messy. He's throwing the oats and, off the bowl and cracking the egg, and shells are landing in the bowl. Like, but I love watching that, because I think it shows that like, I don't know the best way to word this other than being like, one person's excuse is another person just saying, I'm going to do it anyways.
Yep.
Like you saying, oh, it takes a lot of time to, prep with the kids and get them in the kitchen and they're messy and I just want to get in, get out. Okay, but then look at the mom who's actually doing it and she's probably closer to where you want to be because you're letting this hurdle consistently get in the way. And you need to lower the barrier of expectation for yourself when life has changed and people get so stuck in that they're unwilling to. You have to change in order for something to change.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's like you can do it or you don't. And like even the workouts where you have to take your kid into the garage and include them in the workouts. Maybe you're using them as the weight in a hip bridge. I've done that with Deacon because he's fussy and doesn't want to be put down. Or
and hey, he's 20 pounds. It matters.
At this point, we're progressively overloading. And like I could either just skip it all together and say, screw it, I'm not going to do it. Or I could do something. And even if it's half-assed, it's still better than not doing it at all. Yeah. And, same thing with meal prep. It's like they could watch you. They could learn. Also, arguably, if you have a son, you should be teaching them how to cook from a young age so they can cook for their girlfriends. Kaden, our first date.
I was going to say... For the people like me who don't cook and married someone who cooks, highly recommend. You're making your son a great candidate for the dating pool.
Literally. Kaden doesn't cook anymore, like unless I ask him to, but that's like my thing I've taken on. Our first date, we were in college, by the way, guys. He was a junior in college, so he was 20 years old. Took me putt-putt golfing and made me dinner.
Oh, that's cute.
It was chicken parm with
was it good?
Sauteed bell peppers and onion. Yes. Kaden thought he wanted to be like a cook or like work in the restaurant industry for a very long time. So it was very good, especially for a college kid where you're like, are you going to make me a grilled cheese? Like, and at the time I was like pretty like healthy. I was doing Advocare. So I was like very like restrictive mindset in terms of nutrition. Then he cooked and I was like, damn.
This is like, damn, food tastes good.
Food, holy shit! I'm not eating a penny chicken breast today. But like, I think about that. I'm like, I'm gonna teach Deacon how to cook. He's gonna be making his girlfriend's filet mignon and roasted potatoes. Like, he's gonna be bougie. But I think it really does have an impact. And more you teach them the importance of proper nutrition through just doing it yourself. You don't even like you don't start to use it as an excuse of like, oh, I have to make a separate meal for my kids and me. No, you don't. Yeah. No, you don't. Your kid can eat your shit. Like your kid can do it. And if they complain about it, it's probably because you didn't do it from the start. So if you do it from the start and you teach them the importance of eating vegetables, of eating protein, of eating, carbs, all those things, you can give them some of what you want. And if they don't want it, then cool. You have dino nuggets in the freezer for when they need it. And I say that obviously it's easier said than done, right? I haven't gotten to that point with Deacon yet, and every kid is different. I literally, instead of eating chips, I was just eating vegetables at like parties when I was younger because my parents that's what they did. And so I think the whole point of this rant is your kids are watching. What you do matters. And if you continue to use them as an excuse, they're going to see that and they're going to feel that. And yeah, I mean, like you said, you're not comparing anyone else's circumstances. We don't all have the same 24 hours in the day. We don't all have the same circumstances, but you do have the choice. You do always have a choice, even if it's harder than sitting on the couch and scrolling TikTok and watching makeup tutorials that don't fucking matter.
Yeah, 100%.
So, all that to say, it's hard. It's not easy. I don't do it alone. I have somebody write my workouts because if I didn't have somebody writing my workouts right now, I probably would not be good at it. And that is coming from someone who does this for a living. I think I would be really lost in my workouts. And I'm being totally honest. I can program for my clients all day, but programming for myself can be really hard because that's also time I don't want to spend doing that. Yep. So therefore, I have a coach do it for me. And that's what we offer at Apex. And Chris, do I just give a little teaser since this is gonna come out this afternoon? It's day early. What is it? A day late and $1 short? We're a day early and $1 extra.
Perfect.
I'm making my own sayings now. Just like not to tap on your toes.
Not to tap on your toes, but
Your shoes. Not to tap on your shoes.
if you know, you know.
Oh man, that was something I said last week, guys, or 2 weeks ago at the retreat. I said I don't want
It
to
was
tap on anyone's
disturbing.
shoes. I was like, that's not a saying.
So then we turned it
Um,
into tapping in the toes because we forgot what you said. So now it's just tap on
Tapping
whatever.
toes. We're tapping everywhere.
Just tapping.
But we have a really great special. We wanted to do this partially because we have a lot of moms on the team. We have Frankie, who's currently pregnant with her second kiddo. We have Megan, our ops manager, who is two boys herself. We only have boys at Apex. How? I have
I
no idea,
mean,
but
Frankie doesn't know what
maybe a
she's
girl
having,
for
but she
Frankie.
could. Who's gonna
It's
break?
leaning girl.
It's not a curse. I hate saying who's gonna break the curse. It's like who's gonna break the spell of boys that we have. I'm like, we need some girl
All boys.
energy.
Yeah. Um, but we wanted to celebrate. It's my first Mother's Day, and we wanted to celebrate. So I'm so juiced. We are doing a special, and all you have to do is apply. All you have to do is apply, and you can
Simple.
take advantage of the special. Technically, you just have to apply by end of day Sunday, and you can qualify. We'll have the deal going for like a couple extra weeks just as we have sales calls. But we wanted to pay for either a month or two of your coaching, depending what package you choose. So if you wanted to go with our 6 month package, we're actually going to pay for a seventh month for you. So you don't just get 6 months, you get 7 months of coaching. Or the biggest bang for your buck is the 12-month package. So if you sign up for a 12-month package with us, 12 months of one-on-one coaching, we're going to pay for 2 extra months for you. So you're going to get 14 months of coaching. For moms, I 10 out of 10 recommend going longer. One, you actually like technically save more money, but also we get to take you through every aspect of the year. I actually talked about this with someone who signed up earlier in April. She's a tax accountant and she has a really busy life during tax season. And she's like, well, what would you suggest I sign up for? And I was like, I mean, to be honest, I would do the 12 months because then that way, right now, as we're getting out of tax season, it's easier for you. You have free time, you have all the things, like you're good. But when we get back to tax season, what's going to happen is you have that foundation built, but it's easy to slip no matter what. We all do. So now you have the accountability of a coach taking you through tax season to make sure you're still prioritizing yourself. And so that's the cool part about being here for a whole year, especially as a mom, is you have different seasons of maybe sports for your kids, or as your kids growing, maybe you have an infant right now and they start to learn to walk and you're like, ah, so much going on. Maybe they go through a sleep regression, whatever it is. You're going to go through so many different phases of your life and teach you how to take on every single phase. So 14 months, you can accomplish so much in 14 months. So all you have to do is apply through the link in our bio, in the show notes, whatever. Or our bio. It's going to be in our bio.
It will be.
And we're
All you
here.
have to do is apply. And you don't
Apply.
just have to be a mom either. This is like open to anybody, but we are running it in celebration of Mother's Day and just all the strong
Yes.
women that are out there looking to crush their goals, and especially our business owners and coaches as well who have a lot on their plate already. So let's like offload and delegate one thing, because it's okay to ask for help and it's okay to admit that like things might be going well. This is the way I look at it, is like things may be going well, but how much better would it be if you offloaded, if you allowed for yourself to get assistance, get a plan, autopilot be created in some area when you're already overstimulated and tired and busy and all the excuses that all of us make. It's like we start to remove a layer of that and you start to take full accountability for yourself, because you have someone that is also holding you accountable for it and holding that responsibility and that standard for you. So I'm excited. It's the
Me too.
spring. The sun is coming out for everybody. Like we're shedding layers. We're just going to be happier, better going into the rest of the year. So I
I
love a good,
was,
I love the month of May because I'm like, it's just
it's happy.
sunshine. I mean, we live in
Happy.
Arizona, so whatever.
It's always sunshine here, but yeah, I think that's one thing I did learn. To add one more thing is that I was not good at asking for help or delegating until I became a mom, which is crazy because I think a lot of people struggle with asking for help as moms. I've always struggled asking for help. Um, I'm a very strong, I'm a firstborn. I want to do everything on my own.
Amen.
Firstborn daughter and the firstborn granddaughter.
Amen.
So We are independent little Sallys, but I actually love asking for help now. I got really good about that postpartum, asking Kaden to constantly fill up my water bottle. I still do it. I still ask for help. And so if you are like me and you struggle to ask for help, it's okay. We are here to help. So,
Woo. Come on
alrighty.
in.
Well, that was a nice, just like, I got it off my chest. I got something off my chest. I feel good. Feel good. So, we can't wait to see your guys' applications roll in again there in the show notes. But thank you for listening. I hope our rant fired you up versus shied you away, because we're just here to help from a zero judgmental standpoint. We have a whole bunch of people on our, 3 women on our team who have been through it. We get where you're at. We are just here to support you. So
Hell yeah.
let's do the dang thing. Thanks for listening, guys, and we will see you in the next one.
See ya.